It's December, and this very unusual year, it's almost over. If you collect coins, this is a great time to look back on the year and take a look at the coins you've added to your collection. Not only to be grateful for what you have, but also to have an overview of where your collection as a whole is headed. So I invite you to make a list of your 10 favorite coins for 2020. I've put together my 10 favorite pieces for this year, and I'll share with you guys. So let's have a look at them. And we kick things off with one of the most despicable characters to ever hold the position of emperor. This is a tetradrachm of Emperor Caracalla, struck around 213 AD in Antioch. These coins were used to pay for the legions always present on the eastern frontier of the empire, keeping the Parthians at bay. I also love the stylized eagle featured on these coins. As for number 9, this Gigliato of Robert d'Anjou, King of Naples, struck at 1310, is an example of how pretty late medieval coinage can get. These are generally overlooked due to the high relief and quality of Roman and Greek coins. And the Lombardic script on the legends can be a little bit hard to read. But if you like a coin with very intricate details, definitely keep an eye for late medieval coins. I think they are gorgeous and very underappreciated. On number 8, we have the Optimus Princeps himself, the amazing Trajan. Struck in Rome between 103 and 111 AD, such an important emperor deserved the denarius in great shape, and there it is. The obverse legends call out some of his conquests over the Germans and the Dacians, and the reverse features Felicitas, the incarnation of happiness. Number 7 is my favorite emperor and one very underestimated character of the 2nd century, Antoninus Pius. Struck between 140 and 143 AD, also in Rome, this denarius was struck at the golden age of Rome, circulated at a time of very impressive economic prosperity and an unusual period of like 23 years of peace. Rome would never again see such a long period of rest between wars with its many neighbors. The reverse is as benign as the obverse, a very well-centered depiction of equitas, equality, holding a set of scales. And for number 6 we have a chonker. We leave the tiny denarius behind and grab this massive tetradrachm of Emperor Gordian III, struck between 238 and 240 AD in Antioch. As with the previous coin with Caracalla, it has very similar motifs, bust of the emperor and an eagle on the reverse, but this time made with much better style and quality. It is theorized that these coins used dice cut in Rome, and the dice were then put on ships and brought to Antioch, where they were used to mint the coins. We drop down to the denarius size once again for number 5, but the character featured in it could not be bigger. This is Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, struck at 179 AD, just 1 year before his death. The reverse features Salus, the Roman goddess of well-being and recovery from sickness. I hope in 2021 Salus can give us all her blessings so we can overcome this weird situation the world is currently at. Alright, we're getting near to the top. Number 4 is proof that condition is not always everything. Sometimes you buy a certain coin for a special memory. This ass of Emperor Tiberius was struck between 14 and 37 AD in Italica, modern-day Spain. I've had the luck of visiting this amazing place and had it pretty much all for myself. It has a massive arena in pretty good shape, and it was the birthplace of both Trajan and Hadrian. I've decided I would hunt down for a coin of Italica, and there she is. There's something special about having a coin that was used over 2,000 years ago to buy stuff on a place you've actually visited, and that's why it makes number 4. So starting out the podium, my third favorite coin of 2020 is the Seleucid tetradrachm of Antiochus VII, struck between 138 and 129 BC. The coins of the Hellenistic period are just marvelous, and the Seleucids had a very competent engraving tradition for most of their long history. There's nothing really not to like about it. The bust is very delicate and well sculpted, and we've got Athena, as well as the full legends, fully legible in the reverse. On second place, we have one of the direct successors of Alexander the Great, Lysimachus. This coin, struck between 305 and 281 BC, is said to be one of the very first official depictures of Alexander the Great on coins. He's got the horn of Zeus Ammon, showing that he is now a divine figure, and the reverse features Athena, seated on her shield and a spear. This reverse is said to have inspired coins millennia later, like the Britannias struck by the English and the Helvetia struck by the Swiss, among other female incarnations of different countries. So basically, a 2,300-year-old design still in use today. And the champion, without any doubt, is my Athenian tetradrachma. When I was just starting out to collect, I thought I would never be able to afford one. And by some lucky strokes of fate and very hard work, I was able to get one. If you've seen my very first video on the history of the tetradrachma, you will see that this coin is not the most beautiful, nor the rarest of the owls. It is actually pretty mundane. What makes it incredibly special for me are the multiple countermarks in it. Each one is a sign of where the coin has been to, more than 2,400 years ago. And after some research, I might have been able to at least have a clue on 2 of the places she's been to. Imagine this, an artifact over 2 millennia old telling you directly its stories. This is the kind of magical experience only ancient numismatics can give you. Have you made a top 10 list before? I strongly recommend you do. It's a good opportunity to take a step back from our eternal hunt for bigger, better, more interesting coins and cherish what we've got. Relive the experiences that we had while hunting down for these coins. Let us know in the comments what kind of coins would make your top 10 list. And I hope 2021 brings us all a bunch of amazing new pieces. See you soon!